One of the questions I hear quite often is, why does my pain come and go? People tell me that some days they feel almost normal, and then suddenly the pain flares up again. Sometimes it seems to happen for no obvious reason at all, which can be both confusing and a bit worrying. You might notice that one week your back feels uncomfortable, another week it might be your shoulder or your hip, and at times it can feel as though the symptoms move around your body. And when we experience random pain and body aches, it can make us feel as if something is being missed. But so often there is a simple reason for why this happens. And it usually comes back to the way the nervous system works. When we think about pain, we often expect it to behave in a very straightforward way. If something is improving, we imagine that pain should gradually reduce day by day until it disappears. But the body doesn't work like that. Healing and recovery are rarely in a straight line. Many people experience a mixture of better days and more difficult days. And that pattern is extremely common when the nervous system has become sensitive. So when pain comes and goes, it doesn't necessarily mean that something new has gone wrong. A helpful way to understand this is to imagine that the nervous system has something like a danger dial. Your nervous system is constantly assessing what's happening around you and inside your body, and its job is to keep you safe. When everything feels calm and safe, the dial turns down and pain signals can soften. But when the system feels under pressure, that dial can turn up again. And when the dial turns up, pain can flare. Sometimes people notice this pattern after particularly busy days, or after times when they've been under more stress than usual. Perhaps they've been rushing around, worrying about family or work, or sleeping poorly, or simply doing too much physically or emotionally. Quite often our bodies keep going through the busy periods, and then a day or two later the pain increases. And that's when we begin to ask why pain flares up, even though we haven't injured ourselves. What's often happening in those situations is that the nervous system is responding to the overall load the body has been carrying. And another thing we sometimes notice, it doesn't happen all the time and it doesn't happen to everyone, is that pain seems to move around the body. One week the neck might feel tight, another week it might be your lower back, and on another day its hips or shoulders begin to ache. The experience of pain moving around the body can feel particularly unsettling because it doesn't follow a clear pattern. But again, when the nervous system is involved, that shifting pattern can actually be quite common. It doesn't necessarily mean damage is spreading or that something new is going wrong. More often, it simply means the nervous system has become sensitive and is responding in different areas at different times. And once we begin to understand that something shifts in a good way, and this is because the unpredictability begins to feel less frightening. And when the fear around the symptoms softens, the nervous system itself often starts to settle as well. And before we finish, let me offer you one small thing you can try if you notice a flare-up starting. Instead of immediately worrying about what the pain might mean, pause for a moment and take a few slow breaths. Allow your shoulders to soften and your jaw to relax. and let the out-breath be slightly longer than the in-breath. Even a minute or two of slower breathing can send a signal to the nervous system that things are safe. And that small signal can sometimes help the body begin to settle again. Pain that comes and goes can feel confusing, and it can sometimes make us feel as though our body is behaving unpredictably. But very often it isn't random at all. It's the nervous system responding to stresses and the demands of everyday life. And when we begin to support that system and help it feel safe again, the pattern of pain flare-ups can begin to change. Gently, gradually, and in its own time. So if you've enjoyed this, please like and share with anyone you think might benefit. Thank you for listening.